Hey, it's Gregory with Old Europe Antique Home Furnishings, May 31st, 2022, and we are buying and selling antiques around here. Took some time today to redecorate the office a little bit. Amazing what a different lamp and some new paintings can do for a room. Just the ambiance is amazing that it creates. That's an 18th century painting there. Another 18th century portrait right there. That is a print, but it has a nice frame in the upper left. So just take a look around here, and brought a new chest in. Very highly carved 19th century piece. I really like that. That is perfect for an office. So we'll leave that right there for now. I got this Simonier. It's got green leather drawer covers. Kind of matches the desk, the green theme in the room. Of course, if you have ever gone to my channel, Antique Acquisitions, you have seen an entire video on this. This is a 18th century iron chest, and some very interesting things. A bottle recovered from the wreckage of the Carpathia right there, and some 16th century books, painting by Churchill. All that's discussed in the video on the YouTube channel is Antique Acquisitions. So I'd like to go into this room now, because I did change some things up in here, just kind of for fun. Now this is a beautiful green marble clock. I always get a kick out of these antique filing drawers. Just something about them. It takes me to a 1950s or 60s detective show series on TV. Here we have a piece of Breton furniture. Most of you will know that comes from the region in France called Brittany. It's kind of close by to Normandy there. A lot more people know where Normandy is, thanks to World War II. This is a beautiful piece of furniture here. Hand painted. Probably, I would guess, first half of the 20th century, maybe 1940 or so. Well carved. Some interesting lamps here. It's kind of a whim on that. Now I finally got around to putting the glass shelves into this vitrine, and there's some really nice antique transferware that I set in there. Kind of a big fan of that, especially green. Now over here, you can see we have some 18th century, what might be Santoses. Is that right? Is that plural? Santoses, I'm not sure. Those are very interesting. I picked up 4 of these because I thought it might be nice to mount. And those aren't as old. Those are probably 20th century carved pieces, but it would be great for that. Over here we have a painting entitled Reading the News. Now, this is another piece kind of similar to what we had back over here. That's why I put it in the office. I thought they kind of matched. I love all the hand painting, the color. I have a vintage viola here. It's not a violin. It's a little bit bigger. It's a viola. And if you need to take off, do a little traveling, got a suitcase for you. And this little case belonged to MCP Ward at some point. That's upside down, but there you go. Here we have a 19th century chair, office chair, desk chair. And I love this desk. It's probably 19th, early 20th century, heavily carved desk. This is the kind of stuff I could just look at all day. Interesting thing about this painting here, it was sold to me as a painting oil on board of the Berghof, and I have not been able to find anything that convinces me that that in fact was the pre-World War II Berghof. Some of you will know who built that. Now this is interesting here. This is a chest, and this is probably 18th, early 19th century chest. Look at that key. That's a big key. This is the kind of thing that you would have had. Might even be older than that. Those kinds of portable chests were quite common in the days, you know, towards the end of the Renaissance period when people were still very mobile. I'm not saying that's a Renaissance period piece by any means, but it wasn't until the late 1600s and into, of course, the 1700s that you really started getting the larger furniture as people began to plant roots and develop their societies in Europe. This furniture tended to be a bit smaller up until the late 1600s. And of course, by the 1700s, you have some monumental pieces being made. I'm sure you can picture some of those giant 18th century armoires, provincial armoires. And when I say provincial, that simply means not made in Paris for the most part. So it's a provincial piece of furniture, French furniture. It just means it's not made in Paris. Could be in one of the port towns. They a lot of times would import lumber from all over the world and bring it in, and they would make furniture right there in the ports. Some very highly trained artisans at the ports. I love this pair of cabinets. Fantastic. Got some really neat shelves here. Well carved. Pair of matching Napoleon III period. You'd call those vitrines, small cabinets. Got some other new things that I'm gonna show you real quick. I love this pair of cabinets. Anyway, just wanted to give you all an update, let you have a look at some of the latest pieces that have come in, and hope you all have a great week.